Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Miles and this is Aromas by Miles, and this is our On the Road series. If you're interested in finding out what 8 fragrances I picked up my last time while traveling, then stay tuned till the end. You'll find them all. Some of them are expensive, some of them are not so expensive, but they're all fragrances that I picked up while I was on the road. So come join me. Thanks. All right, fans, I hope everybody's doing great out there. What we're going to do today is I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the fragrances that I picked up along the way while I was on the road traveling. I kind of went all over the place. I went to Asia, spent a little bit of time in Europe, and bounced around here and there. Again, I don't have a huge high-dollar budget like some of the people who do this, but I picked up a few, and some of them I spent maybe a little bit too much money. But I want to tell you about them and how much they cost. So let's get started. The first one, I guess I'll start with the Rolls Royce here, is the Amouage, the new Amouage, well, it's not new, Material. Let me get this thing in the right place. God, why is this so hard to do? There we go. No, it doesn't want to do it. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Visualize that with Material on the front. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, this fragrance, I love Amouage. I love the house. It's probably the best Middle Eastern house out there, at least it is in my view. There are very few fragrances that they make that I don't like, but it's got that solid incense, amber kind of heavier Middle Eastern DNA. Just about every single one of them has that. And I know you're all familiar with Reflection Man and Journeyman and Epic Man and King and all of those out there. So this one has got elemi resin and patchouli in the top notes. It's a very resinous fragrance, and in the heart it's got vanilla, some benzoin, a little bit of tonka to sweeten it up a little bit. So it's not, it doesn't stay heavy all the time in the dry down. It's got some incense. And the oud comes through in the base, so it's got some oud and some musk, and it's got that deep woods to it that keeps it going. But let me fire this off here. That's a beautiful fragrance. It's warm, it feels artistic, the quality of the ingredients are amazing. It's expensive. I paid, at the discounters, I paid $262 for it. So it's certainly not cheap. It's a 100 ml bottle. I think it's a 100 ml bottle. Yeah, it's a 100 ml bottle. It's eau de parfum, but again, it's got great projection. And all of the Amouage fragrances have great longevity. So it's one of those that you can wear, and this would be a signature cold weather scent. I think you could get away with that. It's a beautiful scent, and I would highly recommend you taking a look at it. I don't remember who the perfumer is, but I'll look that up and tell you later. But it's Amouage Material, which of course you can't see. Let me put it in front of my face. Anyway. Oh, you get the deal. Okay. Anyway, Amouage Material. Next one I want to talk to you about is from a house called Aromas, and Aromas is actually a U.S. house based in the East, but Aromas fragrances are absolutely fantastic. I love the presentation, all the bottles, not all the bottles, but this particular collection of bottles is about the same. I think I have about 10 or 12 of these. So what I want to do is, this is Sunset Oud. I wanted to pick up a couple of more to add to my collection, and I'll be talking about just the Aromas fragrances at some point. But this one is Sunset Oud. Let me get this thing open here. It's, again, resinous. It's very smooth. Most of the fragrances from this house, they do white sand, they do Himalaya, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. They've got some elixir fragrances that are just magnificent. These are all eau de parfum. This one's got myrrh, vetiver. There's definitely some labdanum in it. I believe it's got bergamot as well. I pick up, again, a little bit of tonka. There's a little bit of sweetness at the end. It doesn't list it in the notes, but it's definitely there. It's a warm fragrance. It kind of, goes around you and envelops you and does all that sort of stuff. So I think this is one of those that you would really be able to get away with on a cooler evening, romantic kind of evening. That oud will stay with you, and it's got great projection and longevity. So I'm very pleased with this fragrance. I suggest you try it. I paid $105 for it at discounters, so it's not terribly expensive. It's a great way to get into the house. There's a couple more that are right around there that you could try, but this one's got a little bit deeper roots to it, if that makes any sense. It's a little bit more rounded on the edges. So this is Sunset Oud. I would highly recommend it. So the next one I want to talk to you about is Himalayan Woods. Right there, I think I'm learning how to do this. Himalayan Woods by Aromas. Again, this is a beautiful scent, crispy, woody, kind of thoughtful, if you will. Again, I love the presentation here. I like all the fragrances. Let's see if I can get this one to spray. This one's got cardamom, some saffron in the opening, a little bit of pink pepper. Its smell is just amazing. Cedarwood, sandal, and then in the base it's got a little bit of suede and some tonka so to sweeten it up a little bit. The projection's 2 feet, 3 feet, so it's not too bad. The longevity is 6 or 7 hours. It's not as heavy a scent as this Sunset Oud I talked about a minute ago, but it's a great bright scent. It's kind of refreshing. It's like cool mountain air, you know, but it's got a little bit of spice to it, like when you're walking up in a meadow or something and you run into one of those wildflowers that blast out the smell. It's kind of like that. I think it's a great like everyday scent. I think you could make it a signature scent. Probably mostly in the summer months or the warmer months. I don't think it would hold up in the big cold. You know, it's more of a heat related fragrance, but I think you're gonna like that. I think the sandalwood pops out and kind of remains linear through the whole fragrance life, and I think it's again worth the money. This one's a little more expensive than the Sunset Oud. I paid $133, almost $134 for this one. So you can find this one at discounters. It's again, any of these in the white bottle are more leaning toward that warmer weather, so it's pretty easy to figure out. The darker bottles are the heavier, more dense fragrances that are better for the warmer months. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, as a lot of you know, I've been kind of intrigued with the house of Joe Milano. You know, sometimes I'll say Joe Malone because I can't get it done. But Joe Milano is the house that I'm interested in. His Game of Spades collection has really, really impressed me. I've got 5 or 6 of those fragrances, and I just picked up a couple of more, so I'm kind of excited about. The first one is Wild Card. I love the presentation. I mean, these bottles are so heavy. The caps are so heavy. I mean, this thing would stop a bullet. I mean, if you had an armor of these bottles, you'd be set. It's just amazing. This is a bold fragrance. It's kind of sweet, kind of, what would you call it, charismatic. It makes a statement out there. It's cinnamon and spice. And down lower, there's some amber and some tonka, so it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. It'd be a good going out scent. I think it'd be a date night scent. It's got good projection, good longevity. There's cinnamon and musk. A little bit of musk comes through as it dries down. But again, I love the presentation. The bottle's amazing. This is a clubbing scent for sure, and I'm really glad I added it to my collection. I think you would enjoy this if you were a younger guy and you wanted to go out and make kind of a statement. I think you could make a statement with this. I don't know if you could wear this as a signature scent, but it's got beast mode performance, or almost beast mode performance. So I think it's something worth taking a look at. The next Joe Milano I want to talk about is, again, in the Game of Spades category, or the collection, and this is Rouge. And Rouge is a real intense, seductive kind of fragrance. It's kind of sweet, dark sweetness, if that makes sense. Saffron, jasmine. It's got some resins in it, so it's got a little bit of wood to it, but it's the resins don't hold up for a long time. It's more the musk that comes in. It's warm. I don't know, kind of a deep fragrance. And I'll say it again, I always say this, but it's got some rounded edges. It's not sharp, which I really like. It's luxurious, it's mysterious, and it's Rouge Extrait. It's an extrait de parfum, which is really nice. It's definitely one that you could wear in the cooler weather. Whoops, there you go. In the cooler weather, more formal events, I think it'd be appropriate. I think you'd really like the way it projects, and it's not beast mode, but put a little bit on your clothes, and you're gonna last 8 to 10 hours, I think. But it's a great evening scent. I think it's something you should add to your collection. And they're not terribly expensive. I forgot to mention that the one before was, the Wildcat I paid $55 for. And this one's a little more expensive. I paid $69. So again, they're worth it. I'm going to explore this collection a little bit more. They've got some really great fragrances. And again, they're not going to break the bank. And you know, the presentation, you can always use it as a boat anchor if you needed to. So let's move on to the next one. So the last one I want to talk about is near and dear to my heart. And everyone has an idea of what the best vanilla fragrances are out there. And there's a wide range of them. There's some incredible ones, but excuse me, but a lot of them are exotic. Most of them are really expensive, and they're hard to find. This one that's near and dear to my heart is not hard to find. It's just hard on your wallet. This one, the one I'm talking about is Spiritu Double Vanille by Guerlain. Where is it? Do it. By Guerlain. And this one's near and dear to my heart for a couple of reasons. I've had this fragrance before, lost it in an earthquake in Central America a few months ago. I still haven't done that video, but I want to. So that was like losing your favorite dog or something like that. It wiped out some of the high quality fragrances that were put on the top and that were separate. So I'm not doing that anymore. Obviously, they're all in boxes and trays and all that sort of thing. But Spiritu Double Vanille is the best vanilla fragrance in the world. That's my opinion. I've tried a bunch of the others, and I think it's just fantastic. It's the gold standard for vanilla fragrances. I bought this particular fragrance in a store in Hong Kong in my recent trip, and it was actually about $60 cheaper than the cheapest thing I could find anywhere. You can't ever find this at discounters, but they rarely do sales. Guerlain is, you know, a top level fragrance, so it's very difficult to find. But it's you know, it's pink pepper bergamot. It's got that beautiful vanilla that kind of runs through the whole thing. There's a little bit of incense and jasmine to it, so it's spicy, and you know, it pops out. It's sweet. There's no doubt about it. It's sweet, but it's that subdued kind of sweetness with the sea. It's got a little cedar. It's a little smoky, and I think there's a boozy kind of component to it. Some people say it's the benzoin, but I get a rum, cognac kind of a feel to it. I hate to spray it because, oh, mercy, as my dear departed mother would say, mercy. It's just a masterpiece. You know, it's one of those things, you're dressed up in a tuxedo, you're going to a social event, or you're going to something else where, again, you want to impress, you want to stand out. You're probably not going to find a lot of people wearing it because it's you know, it's super expensive. It's hard to find. I haven't ever found it at discounters, and I've looked all over the place at Saks and Bergdorf's when I was in New York, and Neiman Marcus, and it's amazing the price fluctuations. I paid $108 for this, you know, through the exchange rate and all that, at a store in Hong Kong, and you know, you don't have the tax and all that, so this turned out to be about $50 or $60 cheaper than anything else. But again, luxurious, it's sensual, it's defined, the ingredients are incredible. It's certainly something that's worth the money. If this is the Matrier collection at Guerlain, and there's Tobacco Honey was also good. There's a bunch of others, 6 or 7 others in that collection, and they're all about the same price point, so you're going to spend some money on them. But again, quality is quality, right? And it's going to cost you some money. So anyway, that's my last fragrance. Those are the on-the-road fragrances I added to the collection this last month. Sorry it's taken me so long to get this video out there. I've been traveling and haven't found a place to do it. So I'm back for a little bit. I'll be heading out again in a couple of weeks, and there'll be another haul for you. I hope you enjoyed the Amouage, the Joe Milano, the Amarud. Those are incredible, and I really, really think you ought to take a look at, if you can find it, the Rag and Bone Amber, because that's the best amber out there. And that, I've said enough about that. So thanks for joining me. I hope you stayed till the end. Again, I'm a one-man band, and I appreciate your support, your like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to, I said 10 subscribers by the end of the year, but I better stick with 5. please like and subscribe, because if anything good comes from the channel, you all know that it goes to 100% goes to a nonprofit by the name of Medic Outpost that helps develop healthcare capacity in rural areas. It's all volunteer. Nobody has salary. Nobody has any financial interest in it. So I appreciate you taking a look at the little bit of information that's at the back of the video here. And I'll see you next time. I hope you come back, sign up, and follow me again. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Be safe out there. Aromas by Miles is proud to support the nonprofit Medic Outpost. Medic Outpost's mission is to provide training and equipment to remote first responders around the world. They've increased the quality of healthcare and access to healthcare in some of the most remote areas in the world. If you're interested in finding out more, go to www.medicoutpost.org. Thanks.